we might be completely screwed here. Not gonna lie. We're probably completely screwed here, but okay, a simulacrum and a repurposing deck. So we're definitely gonna need Abigale would be good. Oh my god. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. Are you really telling me I won this? Ask and you shall receive. Oh my god, this was the most top deck. Here you can have the win game I've had in a long time. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is gonna be the first Lorwyn Eclipsed standard video, and we have some new additions to one of my favorite strategies, Lifeline. Now, I saw the CovertGoBlue deck that had a similar list to this one. I love Lifeline. I enjoy watching CovertGoBlue, so win-win for me, but the list is a little bit different. I added Emptiness, he didn't have Emptiness. Kinscaer Sentry came from him. It's a fantastic card, was one of the cards that drew me into this new set. I added Spiral into Solitude because I felt we needed a little bit more security, and the fact that we can pay 2, the creature can't attack or block, so that's always good, but it doesn't really solve all of your problems. What solves all of your problems is that you can pay 2 more, Blight 1, which is not an issue because you're gonna gain a lot of life with cards like Hinterland Sanctifier, Healer's Oak, even Restoration Magic, but we'll talk about that one later. Ruin Lurker Bat, Haliya Guided by Light, obviously. Leyline of Hope doubles your life, and Kinscaer Sentry has lifelink, so it also does that. Sheltered by Ghosts, Abigale, blah blah, so a lot of life is gained, so you can just take one of the many counters your Ajanis and Essence Channelers will have, so it's not a problem, and you get to exile enchanted creatures. So I thought it was a good strategy here, just to add a little bit more protection. Emptiness was added just because you can use it to destroy something, right? If you play with 2 black, and that's why you play 2 Godless Shrines and 3 Starting Towns. You can even go with the Multiversal Passage, for example, you know, cards that give more than 1 color. You can take 2 or 3 planes and add Multiversal Passages, but I tried, or more Godless Shrines or whatever, but I tried to keep the pain lands to a minimum. But I usually use it for the 2 white that allows you to get Ajani's Pridemate or Essence Channeler or Haliya or whatever back from the graveyard, so you can kind of do your thing again. Then for protection, you have, obviously, like I said, Spiral into Solitude that pretty much removes creatures. Restoration Magic protects your creatures. If you pay 5, it protects your permanents, not just 1, and also gains life, so it synergizes perfectly with this deck. And you also have, obviously, 4 Sheltered by Ghosts. And then I think CovertGoBlue had 2 or 3 Abigales. I only have 1. I didn't even have the card, so I had to craft it. CGB also had 4 sentries, but I only had 1, so I crafted just 2. You know, I'm gonna leave his video in the description. The decks are very different, but still the inspiration came from his video, so I think I should talk about it. I'm trying to be more aware of that now in my YouTubing career. He says, with 300 subscribers, like a lunatic. But you know, the deck is very simple. You gain life, you beat your opponents. If you have Leyline of Hope, you beat your opponents much quicker. So you can also go with 4 Leylines of Hope. I think 3 is enough. It appears quite often. So pretty decent. I really enjoyed this deck. I had a blast playing it. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk a lot more. Let's get in some games. So since this is the first deck from this new set, or with cards from this new set, we're gonna start off on play. Not a fan of this end. Much better, actually. We'll take out the Emptiness. We're gonna start with 1 or 2 games on play, and then we'll move to rank if the deck performs as we expect it to, obviously. Ooh, should we be greedy or not? Because I can Hinterland Sanctifier and Haliya. Yeah, I think we're gonna be a little bit greedy. What the hell does our opponent have? Technically speaking, we're gonna be gaining 3 life this turn, drawing 1 card, making up for the... Did we mulligan this game? Yeah, we did, right? We took out an emptiness. Sorry, my ADD. So let's see what we get. Another Ruin Lurker Bat, okay. Okay, so I have no idea what the hell our opponent was doing, but sure, I guess. I am going to play the Sentry. Okay, so immediately muted. I'm not gonna... I do not want to have to deal with anyone distracting myself with emojis, or distracting me, in this case, with emojis. Another Sanctifier. I will go with the Sanctifier. I can attack with the Sentry, right? Put the Essence Channeler for free. Gain 2 with the Channeler. 2 more with the Sentry, so it's gonna be 1, 2, a 5, 4. Yeah, I think that can work. For X number of attacking creatures you control. Sure, that works. So, he might want to block the Channeler, but he probably will block the Sentry, which is... I'm not mad about that at all. Yep, that's fine. We're just dealing more damage, gaining more life, and we're actually going to play the Ruin Lurker Bat now, so gaining even more life. And now we can surveil twice. Let's see what we get. I don't want another Channeler. I understand why it's so appealing, and I don't want another one of those. We kind of need mana because I want an Haliya on the battlefield. Ouroboros, that's fine. Ish, you know. It's as fine as it gets, I guess. Which is not that great, but... So, we can Ruin Lurker Bat, block, gain 1 more life, make the Channeler even bigger. Okay, so we still have an Haliya there. Let me do the math here. Sure, I'll go with that. We're getting a bunch of life and we got the win. So that was pretty easy, pretty decent. Sentry did its job, I guess. We could only get 1 activation from the Sentry. Activation, quote unquote. But it was a pretty good one, so can't really complain. Let's get into another one, guys. Pretty decent first win. Pridemate is our second opponent. We didn't really get to see a lot of the new cards, but it is what it is. With this end, we're not seeing any new cards, but I definitely have to keep this, so... The deck does not have a lot of the new cards, that's for sure, but, you know. Sure, I can start in town. It's not ideal to start losing life, but... This is what, Selesnya, right? Temple Garden. Okay, so Sentry. Now, we could Sheltered by Ghosts. Fairly certain the Sentry is going to be a important aspect of our opponent's game plan. Whenever it enters. Okay, that does not matter at all. So, let's go with the Essence Channeler, gain another life. And we're gonna go with the Ruin Lurker Bat, gain another life. And of course I'm not going to attack, I'm just gonna pass turn now. Our opponent surely plays with... Okay, what does this do? Enters or transforms, create... You may pay 1 if you do, blah blah, okay. That is fine. So it's a 4/4. You kinda need to attack, man. I'll take it, no worries. Sheltered by Ghosts on So first of all, Hinterland Sanctifier, and then Sheltered by Ghosts. I should go with there, right? Yep. Just to make sure that that's extra protected. And I'll take Rigid, I really don't want that to happen. And now I'll just attack with everything. Let's see, our opponent might have some kind of combat shenanigans and I screwed everything up, but I guess not. And now everything is huge. And basically our opponent is one turn away, I mean, from losing if we get something. Let's see, to target tapped creature. No, we decided to what? Create a token? Yeah. Okay, we did not really get anything, but we got the win, which is arguably more important than getting a draw, or a good draw, I mean. Our opponent would likely have to just block. Well, not really. He had blockers. We had 3 in the air that we could put our Essence Channeler triggers if for some reason the Essence Channeler died on our Ruin Lurker bat, and that would be very dangerous. But we could not attack with Hinterland Sanctifier because these two could block it, give him everything he had, Brigid and the Sentry. Where is it? Yeah, the Sentry there. But he could also just triple block and see what he got next. But I don't know his deck, so maybe he knew he didn't really have a response. Let's go into ranked now. Our first opponent will be No Win Con, Prominent Pioneer. No Win Con. I honestly doubt that. I like this hand, to be honest. It's not the quickest, but we're not going first, so we might get something. And starting with Leyline of Hope is not the worst thing in the world, so we'll see. Mistway Spy. Is this gonna be... There we go. We got the first thing. Is this gonna be what? Merfolks? I think it's the first time I actually play against Merfolks, so let's see. They do have a lot of... I think I'm gonna try an Ajani. I don't know. I will attack with Ruin Lurker Bat. If he wants to trade, we'll trade. No worries. Just to try and make the Ajani a little bit bigger. There's a lot of flash creatures as well, so he might have that one up his sleeve, but it would be cool to keep Ajani. Okay, so I guess it was a consult the star shards that our opponent was keeping priority for. I guess that's a sentence. Sure. Okay, so Ajani's gone. Okay, that's not terrible. So I'm going to Hinterland Sanctifier and I'm going to Kinscaer Sentry immediately, getting 2 more life. And now our opponent needs to figure out what he wants to take care of. Now, we really do not have anything to kind of utilize the Sentry's ability, but you know, we'll see what happens. Next turn, I guess. Okay, so more land, that sucks. I think I'm going to go there. Let's see. I'm just gonna do this. I can actually do this twice, so... because I'll have the restoration magic there to try and protect the Sentry. I would rather not use it right now, but I think whatever my opponent has, he might try to use it now, but I don't have anything. Okay, Flood Pit's Drowner. Okay, that's weird. You usually do that before. Okay. I see what he wants, I guess. I'll try and Shelter by Ghosts, maybe try and protect it. Let's see if it works. Because like if it works, cool. If it doesn't, then screw it, you know, we tried. Because now it has ward too, so if you get lost, he's gonna spend the whole turn playing a get lost, for example, you know. Okay, so we are out of that situation and we have a restoration magic, so that's pretty cool. I was kind of dumb. Well, actually I wasn't, to be fair. So we're dealing 3. Maybe, like I said, this deck has a lot of flashy creatures in the actual sense of flashy. Our opponent, I guess, is thinking a lot. Let's hope he... Okay, maybe. Okay, no, he's there. Calm down, guys, he's there. So, Deepway Navigator. Maybe he has more than one. Or is that... No, okay, so, see? Like, our opponent is doing things, I'm not gonna say wrong, but like, it's a weird order to do things, right? Oh god. Well, we tried, I guess. There's not a lot I can do. And of course now we're gonna start getting land. Well, at least we still have a bunch of life, and you know, we can actually maybe use the SS Channeler to block. Let's see what he taps, because we can put the counter on something else. Not that I would block, but you get what I'm saying. So he's gonna take out the... Okay. And he's gonna attack with the 6/6, drawing a card. I'm not going to block right now. Okay. And he got a Kiora, because of course he did. Emptiness. Return target creature. Okay, that's not terrible. We will evoke emptiness. We're gonna gain a little bit of life. I kind of want to go with the Ruin Lurker Bat just because it's a flyer, you know? Literally just because it's a flyer, but Ajani is gonna get huge. Nah, but I gotta go with the flyer. Here, I think it makes a lot of sense to go with the flyer, you know? I'll attack. Why not? It's gonna give me a little bit more life, and if he double blocks, I can just Restoration Magic and protect the Sentry if I feel like it. Okay, so he did not. Unfortunately, this does not do anything, so... I guess next turn is I do not want a Sanctifier, we already have one. Okay, so that's gone. He will attack probably with all 3. He's drawing a lot of cards. I'm going to block Kiora and the Deepway Navigator. Okay, so he's consult the star shards. Our opponent is in I really need to find something mode, which of course. I think he found something. I'll try and protect it. Well, actually I can go with that, gain a little bit of extra life, and now it's indestructible, so... and we got the win. I guess our opponent really didn't have a win con like his name says, so pretty decent win. The deck performed exactly as it should. Kinscaer Sentry unfortunately didn't have a lot of things to do, but Emptiness came in clutch with the Ruin Lurker Bat, and the Restoration Magic was very helpful now at the end, just to try and, you know, keep things a little bit more stable. Leyline of Hope is fantastic. It will buff your entire board and make your small creatures big threats, so pretty decent. Let's get into another one, guys. So we have 3 wins already, 2 on play, 1 on rank. Let's see if no pents joins no win con in the quote-unquote victim pool of this deck, unranked obviously. So immediately Hinterland Sanctifier, hopefully into a Kinscaer Sentry, to be honest. Let's see. We could have went a little bit more aggressive with the Ajani, but we can actually play Ajani's Pridemate next turn for free if we get the Sentry's trigger to go off. So okay, that one's dead. That's fine-ish, you know. Just lost an elemental maybe. Yeah, I still think this is the better play, and the reason is, as you can see, if he has another one, he can take out the 3/3. So I'm gonna pay 2 life. I'm gonna go with the Leyline of Hope. I'm gonna attack with both. Put Ajani in. Gain some life. Gain some more life. Okay, so this was a pretty decent attack. See, this is exactly what I wanted to do. And we only have 1 card, so we got the win. I was gonna say, even though we are completely in front life-wise, I do not think we're in front of the game because we only have 1 card. Like, if our opponent spent 3 mana to play a creature, yes, we would win next turn most likely, especially if we got just a simple 1/1 or something like that, or a 1-drop. I mean, we would spiral into Solitude, take out the ability to block from that creature, and just go all out with 2, 3, 6, 7. That would be more than that, because after these 2, I think the Leyline of Hope would get triggered, so everything would be +2/+2 more. Even if we had a 1-drop come into the battlefield, Hinterland Sanctifier would make Ajani's Pridemate, so we'd probably win the game if our opponent spent 3 mana to play a creature. But I guess our opponent was a little bit mana screwed, and he saw the life difference and the creatures we had and just said, screw it, I don't want this. So let's see what happens next. Okay, so I decided to try one more unranked, even though we have a lot of games already. Well, 4, not a lot, but you get what I'm saying. Stop complicating things. I like this end. We can, but it's kind of slow at the same time. I have to mulligan. Okay, this one is a little bit better. I will take out the Godless Shrine because we have everything. All the mana we have mana to play everything that we have in hand. So okay, I will not do anything except attacking. There's no point in playing Abigale right now. Abigale is more of okay, I think I'll shelter by ghosts next turn. I was gonna say, especially if we get another land, which we did, so shelter by ghosts, because I really don't want our opponent to have more mana plus the first ability if it's relevant, but I'm pretty sure it's the mana. Now it has War 2, so unless we got another win, like I don't understand what the hell is wrong with people. But I guess we got another win, another super quick game, less than 2 minutes. Take it, you know, like I'm not gonna complain about that. I don't know, the game was so quick, maybe we'll play another one. Let's see what happens next. Okay, well, let's try the rank up with this deck against Akeeni, I guess, the Virtuous. Oh man, really? You're gonna have to, I have to mulligan this. Oh, this is terrible. I'm gonna keep just because we have a Ruin Lurker Bat and the Leyline of Hope to play, but do not do this at home, kids, especially in a rank up game. This is gonna be a control deck, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. Starting town, what? Starting to remove. Okay, so worse. It's even worse. I'm actually going to SS Channeler. I gotta try and be aggressive, man. We have a Sheltered by Ghost, so it's likely that our opponent cannot do everything he wants next turn, so... Okay, Spring-Loaded Saw Blades, taking out the Ruin Lurker, bad. Okay. I'll Sheltered by Ghosts on the Enigma Jewel. Why not? It's a little less mana. I'll gain a lot more life. And I just wish we could have one turn with the SS Channeler more so that we can actually protect it after next turn, but we'll see. Okay, Synthesizer is not great, but we will be able to, you know, we'll gain 7 life. I'll take a Sanctifier. It's not fantastic, but I'll definitely take it. And then now we can protect the SS Channeler with Restoration Magic. So there's always that. United Battlefront. Let's see what our opponent gets. We might be completely screwed here. Not gonna lie. We're probably completely screwed here, but... Okay, a Simulacrum and a Repurposing Bay. So we're definitely gonna need... Abigale would be good. Oh my god. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. Are you really telling me I won this? Ask and you shall receive. Oh my god, this was the most top deck. Here you can have the win game I've had in a long time. Oh my god, we were done for. Like, there was no coming back from this. We got only 2 lands the entire game. I had to mulligan, but then after that it was all us. Like, all draws did something. Our opponent didn't whiff with the United Battlefront, which was kind of weird because, you know, the game went so well for us. But Abigale, we only have 1 of these. Like, I'm either very lucky or, you know, tinfoil hat moment on. It is what it is. We got the rank up. Happy about it. Let's get into the final thoughts. So, final thoughts, everyone. Lorwyn Eclipsed actually made life gain. I don't know if I'm gonna say better. Better, I think it's a tough word to use here, but it made it different. Kinscaer Sentry can be utilized in better ways, I'm pretty sure. Emptiness is one of those cards that are very good and very helpful because this deck is very prone to board wipes, for example, to spot removal, stuff like that. Even though you have Restoration Magic and Sheltered by Ghosts to kinda go against that, you know, those work when they work, and it's not a lot considering how much control-y the meta is. At the same time, it's extremely aggressive because, you know, mono green, crazy, Autoboroid, all of that stupid stuff. But yeah, man, I love life gain as a strategy. Haliya is fantastic. Leyline of Hope appears much more than I've ever seen a Leyline appear in my hands, and I've tried to make a couple of them work. Never could, but Leyline of Hope appear in my opening ends, I would say like half of the time, maybe like 40% of the games, which to me is a lot in my opinion, but I'm not complaining. Haliya, great card. Essence Channeler, Ajani's Pridemate. We all know what these cards do, right? They were all in the regular shell, the basic shell of life gain, right? But Lorwyn Eclipsed gave us a couple of very interesting options, especially Kinscaer Sentry. I think that's how you pronounce it. Like, you can actually play cards for free, first of all, that can get into the battlefield swinging. They can synergize with the rest of the stuff you already have. So if you have Hinterland Sanctifier, for example, Ajani's Pridemate gets immediately alive, so it swings for more. Essence Channeler does the same thing. Haliya starts drawing cards or whatever the hell. This can be a win con, as you saw in the last game, so fantastic. And this can bring stuff out of the graveyard, you know, and if you have a lot of creatures, you can actually play Emptiness for free. There's a lot of good stuff happening here, and Spiraling to Solitude was something I added just for a little bit more protection. The fact that you can blight one, this deck gains a lot of life encounters. So blight one does nothing and you can exile a creature. It's not put it back in your opponent's deck, destroy, bounce, whatever, it's exile. It's done. You don't ever have to worry about it again. Pretty decent. But yeah, guys, this was it. This was the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Let's get us to 500 subs. That would be fantastic if we could get it like until the end of February. Let's put a timeline until the end of February. Let's get to 500 subs. That would be amazing. Also, almost at 500 followers on Instagram and TikTok. Almost 400, I think. So also things, if you guys want to help, I would appreciate it, but all good. But yeah, guys, that was it. Really hope you enjoyed the video. Really hope you enjoyed the additions. Let me know down in the comments what other cards I'm missing for this deck. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.